dishonest.
Stokes couldn't get the shot off. No need to rush if you're Villanova. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Shane Clark.
3 seconds close.
And there's the call. Buzz Williams pumped up. A 3 by Acker, a good defensive stand, and Marquette's got the ball back. Jay Wright growing more concerned over on his sideline. He's going to send Dante Cunningham back into the game with the next opportunity. A ton of time left in this game as Marquette tries to rally. Butler for 3.
How about that?
Hayward the rebound. Butler in a little closer, and it's a block.
As I said, that's where he's more comfortable, in that paint. But you know what? If you're wide open, you got to shoot it. Otherwise, they won't play you.
Third foul on Stokes. Butler to the line.
You see the pass to the cutting Butler inside. And Lazar Hayward now a little more active right now, whether it's looking for offense or whether it's being a conduit in the offense to move the ball. Whereas in the first half, we caught him so many times standing in no man's land. He wasn't hitting the glass. He wasn't back trying to defend. He's just standing there watching.
Cunningham and Redding back in for Villanova. Kubian is in for Marquette. A ton of fouls, a ton of free throw attempts. With all these whistles and stoppages, the clock's not moving very quickly. If you're Jay Wright, you probably look it up and say, man, that clock's not going anywhere. Better than 10 minutes to go, and the lead is down to 7.
He looks for the lob right there for Dante Cunningham. Didn't get it, so he posts.
And Tim Higgins and Gary Prager looking at one another, trying to decide who's going to get the ball. It'll stay at this end of the floor.
And the anticipated response from the Marquette folks on the other end.
Redding to inbound it. 15 to shoot. Double team on Cunningham. He finds the open Redding. Great play by Dante Cunningham to find the cutter.
And a defensive breakdown. You give credit to the cutter, but defensive breakdown should never be able to cut down the middle, especially with a guy close and that close.
Acker hit a big 3 moments ago. Matthews on the drive. Acker again. Another one for Maurice Acker. And Dominique James is up leading the cheers again on that Marquette bench.
I think we've seen this a couple years ago. Maurice Acker coming in with a Dominique James in foul trouble and giving him the same kind of lift.
This is Maurice Acker's moment of filling in for the injured Dominique James. He has become a starter and a 30-minute-a-game guy with James out. He's a junior. He's a transfer from Ball State, listed at 5'8", lucky to be that. He's knocked down 2 huge threes. In and out for Fisher. Back come the Golden Eagles, looking to get as close as they've been since early in the first half.
We talked about Maurice Acker. All he needs is to develop some comfort. Pretty good point guard.
Hayward over Cunningham. Villanova ball.
I mean, Hayward in spurts has looked like himself, and in other times he looks totally lost. In that one, he looked lost.
At the other end, a long 2 for Corey Stokes, making shot after shot for Villanova. Buzz Williams getting on David Kubian, whose responsibility was Stokes on that last possession. 17 points for Stokes off the Wildcats bench. Villanova's lead is back to 8 in our second of 4 quarterfinals today for the Big East Championship. Louisville by 18 over Providence earlier today. Pitt, West Virginia, Connecticut, and Syracuse tonight. Syracuse beat Seton Hall last night. West Virginia over Notre Dame. I guess at the end of the day, people talked in this league all season long about Georgetown and Notre Dame. Tough parts of their schedule, better than their record. I guess at the end of the day, you are what you are. And for Georgetown and Notre Dame, that's NIT teams this year.
That's right. You are what your record says you are. Those teams, though, they started off with a bang. And, had kept a loss or two, and all of a sudden now the bottom drops out, and he's still trying